Right, let's see what happens now. We're filming.
Oh. I still haven't done the diary.
No. So we're just leaving the campsite. Swimming pool is there.
I just see it.
Cyclist, where's he going? Where's he going? That way.
Okay, so the tennis courts are over there.
Over there somewhere. Started off pretty dull this morning, but looks like it's brightening up. It's not meant to be as hot as yesterday, which was 30, what? 33. Keep remembering to drive on the right. Okay, move over a little bit. Thank you. Maybe not. Thank you. Just going to clear some shit off my screen. Oh, okay. Little off flash. No, 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 no. I'll go backwards. I don't know what it's like with a caravan. It's not.
So I get very confused. Doing round circles.
The Dutch, although they have some newish caravans, they're just not to the same spec as ours, are they?
No.
They look a bit old-fashioned. They haven't got that sort of sleekness or
No.
about the Brit, the same as the Brit caravans. They're sort of very sort of functional, and that's about it. Huskies.
Flying off to the car.
So just to update you all, we've got one house so far booked in to view on Thursday.
Well, you say house.
Well, it's a farm with how many? 2 houses.
2 houses, a barn,
Barn,
a hangar,
a hangar.
a cottage,
Oh, and a cottage as well.
and another barn.
Oh, no. They're all coming in today. So we've just fallen in love with the area because the countryside is just amazing around here. I suppose the nearest, to give you some idea really, I suppose it's a bit like Dorset, but prettier. And it's unspoiled. You know, this is what we would imagine Dorset to be 50 years ago. There's very little new build. There's no new housing estates springing up on the outskirts of villages. It's just the village that it was 200 years ago, and that's it.
And it's greener than we thought.
And it's greener. I mean, look how green it is here. Although they've had blistering heat, it's still greener. Whereas everything in the UK dies off. Can you resend it? So I've got the camera mounted a bit precariously. See how it looks, what happens. So we're going off to where? Where did they?
Bronton.
Bronton.
The Venice of the Perigord.
There you go.
I want to go on a boat ride.
So we're hoping to go on a boat ride, yeah. But when we went to, where was that other place we went? With the chateau.
Oh, Rochefort Collade or something.
Something like that. They had a river going through it, but it was like at least 6 foot below where it should have been, I think. So the water levels have really dropped, so I'm not convinced about the boat ride
I
today.
want to go on a boat.
If it was like the river, if it's the same sort of level, we've got no chance. My French is coming along brilliantly. I'm now what you'd call, like, you know, sort of fluent. All the locals can understand me.
Yeah. So give us a bit then.
Ça va?
Anything else?
Quelle heure-t-il?
Oh, well done.
All the things you need to know.
L'addition.
Who?
The bill.
The bit, oh, le what?
L'addition.
Lattice, yeah. Very good, I don't know.
Addition.
Addition.
Like adding up. Addition.
Oh, right.
We've had some nice meals.
We've had some cracking meals.
One made you cry.
Yeah, it did. It was just so... Everyone knows I like my food. But we had, we stopped at this little... We went to the estate agents. And it was tucked away in this little village down a back road. And we parked in the centre of the village and walked down to it, and we spied about 100 yards down the road. There was just a little restaurant. How you would know that it was there, I've got no idea. You know, it's just... And we thought we'd have lunch there, and the food was just divine. Absolutely divine. In fact, like I said, it made me a little bit emotional because it just tasted so amazing. I wanted to hug the chef.
Was he not there when you went to the loo? When I went to the loo?
I think he walked out.
Okay.
I think he walked out and he said hello because he walked out.
Supposed to grab him.
Yeah. Oh, it was really. It was what I think probably that may have been one of the best meals I've ever had. So we got to go straight across here,
over,
I think.
yeah.
What are we doing?
You go this way. It was like a pea foam, wasn't it?
Pea foam on a bed of like really thinly sliced potatoes that were cooked perfectly. And then a pea minty foam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then almost like if you imagine shredded duck, but turned into a beef burger. It was like a round pate, wasn't it?
It was shaped.
Shaped pate, and it was lightly sautéed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it just was amazing. And then we had creme brulee afterwards, and that tipped me over the edge. Oh, I'm getting emotional now thinking about it. Oh, it's just... Oh, dear. I am right, no.
Yeah, I know.
My eyes are welling up.
I know.
Oh. You can't see that to the right, but it's a really good view.
And we had that tuna, there's tuna.
Oh, tuna skewers.
Yeah.
And that was just
Almost not cooked.
and it pays just to go off the touristy centre of the town or the village you're in. Because that was what town was that? That was quite a lot. Perigord, wasn't it?
Perigord.
Go Perigord. And it was off the. We parked on the outskirts of town and walked in because we couldn't get parking. And as a top tip, if you ever go to Perigord and you've got a 4x4, do not try the underground car parks because you'll be too hot. You've got to park on the street, which was all right, and even on market day we managed to park for free in the street, and it was really busy. So we did find somewhere in the end, but we had to drive around a couple of times. And then we walked up towards town, and we spotted a little French restaurant. It was full of locals. There was no tourists in there, was there?
We were desperate for a wee, weren't
Desperate for a wee, desperate for a drink. Thought we'll stop here. It was only by chance. It wasn't planned. But we weren't near we were by one of because I think it's got like a lot of little markets spread around the town. And this was a closed market that we were near. And we just went, and the food again was just, I can't remember what we had. What did we have in there? Oh, that was those tuna skewers, wasn't it?
Of course, that's good.
Yeah.
And the little tiny potatoes.
Oh, and the little what are they called?
Sauteed.
Little tiny cubed sauteed potatoes. And the tuna was only, well, depends how you like your tuna, but this was still pretty pink, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was warm, I reckon, rather than cooked.
Yeah.
But and that brought the flavour out of it. To me, that was perfect. I think back in the UK, it would need to be charred on each side for people to like it. But
And it had like a yogurty
a
lemon
minty
sauce.
lemon sauce, didn't it?
Yeah.
Citron.
Nearly. No, that was really good.
But that was really good.
And then we had nice Moroccan.
Then we had a Moroccan, which was pretty good, apart from your chicken came out raw to start off with.
Yeah.
And instead of the waitress bringing it out, they made the chef bring it out, which is quite funny. That's the way to that's the way to do it. Which is only fair, because it was his fault. It wasn't the waitress's fault to get the brunt.
I think it was a her.
Yeah, I think it was as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? What a butcher. Oh, look at that place. There we go, here. Straight across again.
What else have we done? I slept most of yesterday.
Yeah, we had a lazy day yesterday. We've had 2 lazy days, haven't we? Where we
Yeah.
haven't been anywhere. We just decided to stay around the campsite, not do anything, just relax. And that was really knackering.
Yeah, it was more tiring.
So straight across here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look how many cars have we passed so far? 2. 2 cars?
Yeah.
Is it 2 cars? We've done 4 miles. Hopefully we get to see some fields full of sunflowers. They seem to grow a lot of them around here.
I want to see them being harvested. Do you know how it works? We went to a nice chateau, didn't we?
Yeah, we went to, what chateau was that called?
To wash for collage or something.
And the town itself is famous for making knives.
We couldn't find anything.
So we thought we'd buy a set of steak knives or a really nice cheese knife. And we couldn't find one shop that sold a knife. So I don't know where they got that from.
We're slowly getting used to the 2-hour closing of shops
Yeah.
at lunchtime.
Yeah, the French close between either 12, 12:30 and they don't open again until 2, 2:30. And even some of the restaurants do that. Found out on our first day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, sorry. Finny.
We're closed for lunch.
Finny? You're a restaurant. Ah, yeah, Finny. Okay. Slightly bizarre, but... And the supermarket, we've got a supermarket here. And it's only it's the same as our Tesco's in New Milton. It's not a big Tesco's.
Oh, I think it's smaller than that.
It's probably smaller, yeah, it probably is. But the selection that they have, and their meat and fish counter, they've got a fish counter to die for.
And cheese counter.
You know, absolutely. They must have 15, 20 different types of fish, at least, fresh fish. And that doesn't include the pre-packed fish. And the meat counter is the same.
We've had some lovely steak and
Yeah,
lamb
had some
last
amazing steak, and you know, it would. I think I put a message on Instagram saying about the quality of there's sunflowers. They're a little bit droopy. about the quality of the meat. You know, the quality of the meat in the supermarkets is better than you would find in some of our top-ranked butchers at home. I kid you not. It is just the taste. I mean, we've had steak and lamb
Pork.
and pork.
We had pork.
Oh, pork skewers, didn't we? And the lamb and the steak was no more expensive than at home. In fact, probably cheaper. I think because it was big old lumps of lamb, wasn't it? Those steaks I did last night, and just amazing, amazing. Even I had a steak and it had a little bit of gristle around it, a little bit of fat, you know, but it wasn't. It was fat. That's all it was. It wasn't gristle, and even that was absolutely perfect. Whereas at home, you could be like, it's like chewing. Sometimes you're chewing a sole of a shoe, aren't you?
Why is that though? Why is their meat so much nicer? Not a lot of
I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that it's.
I mean, it's not. It's not a lot.
Stop! Come flying round. Oh dear. French junctions are slightly bewildering.
Well, Leggett have been very good, haven't they?
Yeah, there's two main estate agents here in France for us Brits, really,
In this area.
in this area. Leggett's and Beau Village.
Both British owned.
Both British owned, both staffed by Brits. Where am I going here? We've lost that. Left. Now we've always gone right here before, haven't we? So this is a new road for us. Try to go a different way every time we go out.
We've been to Nanton before, but we haven't been this way.
No. Yeah, the estate agents, both. And they specialise in Brits, so you're not sort of tied into them, but you know it just helps because the French bureaucracy is really difficult. So to get someone that really knows what they're doing and are used to dealing with Brits is far easier than using a French estate agent. Gotta say, Leggett's, if anyone's thinking about buying over it, so far have been way above the standard of Beau Village. We went to Beau Village and we went to the head office, walked in and we sort of got, not ushered out, but it was like, well,
They're having a meeting.
we're having a meeting, so we're too busy to talk to you and there's no one here. Well, they're all in a meeting. Can we not talk to somebody? No, not really. Give us your details and we'll get back to you. Well, they haven't got back to us. You know, which I think is pretty shoddy, really. If you say you're going to get back to somebody, and you should get back. It's not like we're not spending a bit of money. You know, it's slightly annoying. And they should know that the people that come over are only over here now for a limited period of time, and they've got to make the most of it. So if someone comes in and contacts them, they really should get back to them. It's just poor customer service. So Beau Village, if you're watching this, you're shite. Leggett's, on the other hand, you're pretty good so far. We're hoping to set up another viewing for either the next couple of days, because we leave on Thursday. Friday even.
We went to that Benton village.
Orador. We went to Orador-sur-Glane. And for those of you that don't know it or its history, It is famous, and not for the right reasons. It was where a massacre took place by the German SS, and they murdered 623 men, women, and children. The vast majority of which were women and children. And it was the brutality in which they did it. I'm not going to say too more in case I get banned on here. But for those that want to go and have a look at Oradour, Oradour,
Yeah.
Sur, S-U-R, Glane, Glane, which is the river. It is just unbelievably shocking. I mean, I've been to Belsen concentration camp, and that took my breath away, but this was just heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. I think actually it was more disturbing than Belsen, if that can be a thing. Yeah, I shed a tear. So there's a little restaurant out in the middle of nowhere. Restaurant. Oh, we have been, because I remember seeing that one.
Yeah, yeah.
We have been out through it. There's another place. This is where the pizza with the goats. Yeah, we saw there's a place up here a bit further up the road if we go that way, which I think we will. And there's a sign saying pizza, pizza. And it looks like you're eating in with the goats. It didn't look that great a place. So we've steered, every time we've gone out, we've made a point of trying not to go the same way. And no toll roads, no motorways. It's just like the longer the route, the better, really. And everything we've done, there's no. I think this is the furthest we're going to go to somewhere, isn't it, today?
No, Perigo was further.
Oh, Perigo.
Well, yeah, that's
5 minutes to an hour. We're in no rush. And this is about as busy as it gets on the roads. It's just... it's lovely and quiet. Even the motorways were quiet, weren't they?
Mm.
You know? We had a little bit of traffic as we went through Rouen. And, I'm not sure why we went through the centre of Rouen, actually. I thought there would have been a road going round it.
I don't think there is.
Fuel's cheaper. We're currently buying diesel at €1.95, which is, how much is that?
Just under 180.
180. So nearly 20p a litre cheaper than back home. Into a 50.
You have to find that though.
You do have to find it. There are some expensive places. I mean, some of the places are on a par with back home.
Yeah. It's almost like the ones on the motorway are expensive.
Similar, yeah.
Or in tiny villages where there's no others.
No others, yeah. We
For
saw
miles
one.
away.
We saw one the other day, and that was, what was that? 230 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ridiculously expensive.
But they're probably
But
the only one. Like,
it's out in the middle
20
of
miles.
nowhere, and it's probably pumped by hand, and no doubt they served you themselves. Oh, we're going here.
Straight on.
I don't know what town I'm in here. Didn't see.
This is. Oh, crikey. Javelhac de la Chapelle Saint-Robert.
Okay. We decided that when we do come here, it's not good to have a nice car, just because of the way the French drive.
It can't be precious.
No. And the French don't seem to be. There's the odd one or two that have nice cars, you know. But there's plenty more, there's plenty more that are driving around in 10, 15, 20-year-old cars. And a lot of old vans, and it's just...
I think that's the same in lots of places. Holland, you know, they're getting nicer cars now.
Yeah.
It's not as huge a
No, it's not at all, is it?
status symbol as it
No.
is in the UK.
Hopefully you can still see this. I know you've got the sun in your eyes, but generally comes out alright, I think. Well, it gives you a bit of the flavour, doesn't it?
Apparently we're coming up to a traffic jam.
Yeah.
It's gone down orange on the
Oh.
map. Oh.
Got traffic lights. About to go green. About to go green. Oh, look at that traffic light. It's got a countdown timer on it as to when it's going to go green. And he is on. Look at that moped he's on. Oh. So that's 6 minutes. Can't be 6 minutes. Maybe it is. 5.
Workers aren't doing that.
No, I don't know how many there are. Look around that manhole cover. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them all looking down a hole.
Maybe they've lost somebody down there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them all looking down a hole. Down a 3 minute, and 2 others wandering around. That's one of those mopeds that you've got a pedal to get going. Don't see many of them about. Got no license plate on it. I don't know what the rules are for those over here. Oh, no, there's a lorry. Where's he going? Totally gonna knacker everything up now. Oh, he's in. Looking slightly overloaded there. We can go. I take it we can.
Yeah.
There's a hole digging. God, how many men there have they got there digging that hole? Fucking hell. Oh, didn't like that bump. Let's get around him. He's zipping along. What's going on here? Oh, that's the other side of the traffic lights. Okay. Sunflowers to our left. Sun directly in your eyes, isn't you? That's not good. Gonna go? Yeah, go. Crazy Belgique. They don't care. It's a shame we're on a bit of a main road at the moment, but all sunflowers to the right. There you go, French taxi driver, you go for it. I think we're still in a 70, maybe an 80. That's kilometres, not miles an hour.
80.
Ours, this place is called.